Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and this reading is for a viewer. His name's Danny, and he wants to know if things are going to get better. He said only has one question. My friend, you can ask any question you want, and I'll do my best. I won't answer probably every question a person would want to know, but I'll do my best. So anyway, he wants to know, are things going to get better in 2021, so this year, so the rest of this year, or in 2022? Like, how's it going to be? So I have a couple decks. I have actually 4 decks shuffled, and I'm going to dive into both years. So this spread, I think I can probably fit 5 cards or so. Yeah, you know what? I'll do that. Even if I have to smush them in, I will. Let's do it this way. Our situation for the rest of 2021 in the United States, okay? Okay, so that's the Page of Swords. Our biggest challenge this year, okay, and let's do 3 more cards to see just how it's going to be for this year. What are we going to be dealing with? Yeah. Okay. And this one right here. Okay. Yeah. So I think I'm going to have to just like lift them up and show them to you because, of course, I have the camera down lower. I didn't lift it back up after doing for the spiritual growth readings. I always have the camera down low. So, but that's okay. So, Page of Swords. Well, with this guy, we're dealing with getting clear. I always like my friend Lisette. She noticed one day that, look at this little Facebook image back here. Like, I mean, it's supposed to be a tree that's blowing, but back in the, background, but it looks like the Facebook logo. And, we're still dealing with, like my other friend over at Debbie Freebird Spirit, she calls it post-traumatic Trump disorder. Well, we're still dealing with the aftermath of that. And we're dealing with the lies that were spread through Facebook, because we have to remember that Mark Zuckerberg, which I actually would like to change his name to Mark that starts with this, Erberg. And remember, he sold the Trump campaign ad space on Facebook and charged, he cut a special deal with Trump. And when it came to the Biden campaign, he charged them 9 times more. So, you're busted, Mark. That's part of the message of this card, is we're still trying to get through. We're still healing from the aftermath of lies that were spread, and the truth is now out. So, the real meaning of this card is that the truth is now out. And our biggest challenge with the devil reversed, that has to do with releasing ourselves from lies and half-truths, which are still a lie, because if it's not the full truth, it's still a lie. We're trying to release ourselves from this, we're trying to recover, basically, and release ourselves, and we're trying to get back to our freedom in the United States and have our independence and reclaim our power. Because this guy, when he's straight up, it's all about somebody else having power over you, and you're allowing yourself to be controlled by them, because, I don't know, maybe they pay you a lot of money, or they give you something else that you want. So we can always free ourselves and walk away from this BS, and that's the challenge. That's the challenge. Bring back our power, release ourselves from this garbage that we've gone through. And then so for the rest of 2021, so the last 9 months of the year, that's what it's going to be about. And the Queen of Cups reversed, that has to do with the need to honor all that is sacred. When she's straight up, this is about being fair to all families. This is about, well, I think actually reverse. This has to do with, trying to reunite the families together at the border, or the kids that were separated. I think that's what this is about. And trying to create a situation where children are not hungry in America. Children aren't going to sleep hungry. Now, granted, a lot of that can be, well, you know what? Because it came through reverse, let's just stick with that rather than playing around with all these possibilities, because the clear message I'm getting here is this is Joe Biden's plan to do as much as he can to help the homeless children, and that's in the that's in the COVID relief bill. So I really feel like this has to do with the COVID relief bill. Bill is going to be helpful, very, very helpful. Let's see, maybe I can, something like that. Okay, and then this guy, the Knight of Wands, when it's straight up, it's fast change. Reversed, it's not. Things are going to take time. It's going to take the rest of the year, I think, to get through these challenges. But we're getting down to the truth. We're clearing out the lies. Now, the Page of Swords, we have to remember, it's a younger, immature type of energy, but it's still looking for the truth. On another level, I totally forgot. A lot of people would see this card as like Trump and his freaky hairstyle. He goes forward and flipping all over the place. So we've got Trump here, an image of Trump, and an image of Facebook. And that's part of this challenge. So we're healing from that. But moving forward with the Queen of Wands, this card is all about self-confidence, knowing that we can create anything within reason. And, to me, it goes along really well with the Magician, where it's all about manifesting. But this brings in more of the power of manifesting from your heart. Because, there's fire power in here. There's warmth here. The Queen of Wands is excellent when it comes to independence and being very optimistic and outgoing, and most of all, like I was saying before, like that fiery passion. And, with the little black kitty here, that has to do with trusting our intuition. And the sunflower, look at got the glare there, sorry. Look at the sunflower, which, that's just brilliant and beautiful and bold to put in here for her. Now, all the queens are receptors. They're ruled by water and then their element. So this is like receiving the power. So we have to, or what actually I think is coming down the line for us the rest of this year, is receiving the power to love. And get back in that love energy that, that is there. The love is always there. That's the thing, is the love is always there. And these people that are hating, these haters that, stormed the Capitol and wanted to kill people, this very well could be the Nancy Pelosi card as well, because I think she's an Aries, and the wands represent all the fire signs. So maybe she's going to be a big help this year. But again, like I said, it's going to be slow. It's going to take some time. So that tells me, just based on this, that it's possible that it could take, more than the rest of this year. And doesn't that make good logical sense? Okay, so using the Kipper, let's see what the Kipper has to tell us for the rest of 2021. Wow. Wow. Okay. So this is interesting. So there's going to be an ending, and this is, like a painful ending. The coffin card doesn't come with, like a transformative power until you go through the painful ending. So there's a painful ending that's still going to happen for the rest of this year as to the type of jobs that we can have. Because, of course, there's still, COVID relief going on of some type, and then us having to take self-responsibility, because I don't care how many, if I'm able to get all the vaccines, I'm still going to wear a mask, because it would just be stupid not to, right? Like, go get vaccinated and then think you're safe. Well, it doesn't work that way, because people can be asymptomatic carriers, and I could be as well, even though you're vaccinated. That's just how it works. So this painful reality with COVID, I think, is what's here. And then needing to find, work. But this is a good card for work. So this is COVID, I think, and new jobs that may come through because of the COVID relief bill that that can help a lot of people, because there's going to be the need to vaccinate everyone, and maybe there can be people that can be trained for that without having to go through nursing. There, you know what I mean? I mean, that's a real possibility there. Now, what's going to happen the rest of the year? This is a card of making important decisions that affect the future. And it's also, getting out of an entanglement. This is all the COVID relief bill. That's what it is. And then this reputation, this card is kind of confusing to me for it to come in, because this has to do with, well, you know what? Let's let go of the fact that it says privileged lady on here, and let's just get into another meaning, which I think is actually what it's about. And then that does tie this together actually pretty beautifully, because this card's all about creativity. This card is about getting back to some happy times and some more youthful times, like the way it was when we used to get together. And it also has to do with like your peers and your colleagues at work. And we have the work card here. So coupled here with the, this high honor card, this has to do with achieving something. And there's nothing, we have an ending, but I think this is more about COVID. So maybe this has to do with, ending COVID and then getting into new work. And now we have rules that deliver us from this ridiculous, position that we were in with the way Trump handled things, right? I mean, the asshole got his own shot in January, but still pushed that didn't need to, didn't need to happen. I mean, it's like he cut everything off from everyone else but took care of himself. Well, of course, why would we be surprised about that? So we're delivered from that is the deal. And now we're back into this place where it can get better. We can move up. We can have some success, and especially be more creative. So success and creativity is what's coming in. But there may be some rules that come down the pike around mask wearing. And of course, no one can be forced to have a vaccination, but there can be laws around wearing masks. Now, state by state, that's going to differ, unless there's some new federal law that's set up, and that may end up happening. I don't know. Let's see. You know what? I can actually answer a question like that really easily with hold on. Let me get my other get these Lennies out. Let me yeah, they're all straight up there. Let me shuffle real quick. What's going to be? Let's just look at, because I want to stick with this first half of the reading to be just for 2021. But let's look at how are we going to fare in the United States with COVID. How's it going to go for us? So I haven't checked in on this in a long time. I've done a couple readings on COVID, but it's been a while. Okay. So how are we going to do? So there's COVID right there. That used to be my trump card too, because 45. But that's COVID. It's going to continue. We're going to have to work on it. Okay, we might have to remove. Well, it's going to be work to clear it out, I think, actually. But let's see. Let's lay out the cards first. And one more. Okay, yeah, so there we have the creativity again. Okay, so this could be a summertime card, but it's also a card of revealing the need for committing to, to take care and to be creative about that. Our creativity will come back as we're feeling safe enough to, to be out and collaborating. So COVID will continue to be a problem because it's going to repeat. And this card with a scythe, I think this could actually be the vaccine because it's all tools and sharp objects, so this could be getting a shot, all right? That has to spread. We have to commit enough to that to create this place where we've got the safety, that hearth of safety that we can continue to create from. And this also is a summertime card. So this could be that by summertime, enough people will be vaccinated, and then it'll go better. Let's see, by the end of the year, how's it going to be? Yeah, the riskiness will have been broken down, cleared out, and the abundance will be coming back through. That's excellent. Yeah, and the freedom from the entanglements like I was getting before. Yeah, as long as we're, loyal to each other, take care of ourselves and take care of others, it's going to get better. By the end of this year, I like seeing that. Okay, so now let me look at 2022. So I have this. Let me make some room up here. This deck shuffled for 2022. How's 2022? So with the Light Seers Tarot, our situation for the year, our challenges, and then 3 more cards. Ooh. Ooh, excellent. Okay, this looks pretty good, actually. Okay, so with our situation being the 4 of Cups reversed, well, we're no longer apathetic. We're no longer in this place of giving up and not knowing what to do and, negating anything that needs to be taken care of. But our challenge is with the Knight of Pentacles reversed, that brings in that challenge of needing to go the distance and not give up. We need to be very, very responsible, because this card has to do with being irresponsible. So we're healing any, apathetic lethargy, and we're letting go of that from the past is what's going on. So 2022 is still going to be a year of, I think, working to get things back to some bit of normalcy, and being careful about, the focus is going to be on creating stability, is what I'm getting. That's what I just heard. Yeah. That we need to take responsibility for where we create our own reality, and not be apathetic about that at all, and not think that the government can solve all things, and not be to do our best to not be dependent on the government, right? And then that wake-up call there, I think, is going to create a little bit of, with the Four of Swords reverse, a little bit of unease in place where we feel like, well, okay, so there's no real ability to just rest a lot, because we did, that's the thing with COVID. We had to stay in. We did start getting rest. We did start the healing process that needed to happen. That's, we have had some gifts with COVID, and Mother Nature has been able to heal, right? Because people aren't just going on, crazy anywhere they want, just go, 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 go. We've stopped that. Some people called it the Great Pause and the Great Reset. Yeah, there's always the gift, and there's always the gift within the wound, and there's always an advantage along with the disadvantage. It's just the way it is on Earth. It's not the way it is in the pure, spiritual realms, but on Earth, that's the way it is. And that's what makes it so hard, because we're unitive beings having a dualistic experience on the Earth, and we're needing to remember that it's not perfect here on Earth, and we can't make it be that way. We can just try to love each other through it, and love ourselves through it. So with this Four of Swords reversed, I think we're going to be trying to catch up for what we feel like is lost time, and that is actually, that's probably not the best way to go at it, because with the Wheel of Fortune here, that brings in that element of, taking a risk. Notice the dice around her neck, and she's got, if I can hold it still without the glare, there we go. Wait. Trying to get, see her happy face? She has a happy face. She's on the top of her world, and kind of top of her game, because she's willing to take a risk and put herself out there. And so that brings in that element of knowing that you create your own reality. This is a card of, karma, which is just the law of cause and effect. So that cause of taking self-responsibility for creating your own life and not putting it on, any outside authority, to make your life better, and taking it upon yourself. That's the key to creating, these turning points that the wheel always brings in. And you can create your own happy, good fortune with this card. So it looks to me like things are going to turn and get much, 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 much better in 2022. And I say that especially because then we end with the Strength card. And check out the infinity symbol up here on her. She's got a tattoo. And that's all about, infinite love. This is a card ruled by Leo, generous, open-hearted giving and sharing and creating. So I think by the end of 2022, I think we'll be back in a much, much stronger place. But again, healing any place where you don't know that you create your own reality is the challenge, because it's this card. It always reminds me of the. It's one of the cards that reminds me of the old Carl Jung quote that says, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." These two cards together really spell that out. So, if we're unconscious as to how creative our love can be, then we'll find out all the ways where we hold ourselves back. But this card came through straight up, not reversed. So I think that there's enough people on the planet that know that, and we're going to be in pretty good shape. Okay, so let me move this aside here, and give me a moment. I'm having to shuffle this deck here to feel into 2022 and imagine laying it over the map of the United States. What will be our experience for most of us in 2022? Or let's say for those of us who are self-responsible and do our best to create our own reality. Okay, well, that's interesting. So we have the theme of my friend Lisette always tells me this card's like, yes, it's official, and then you look at the other cards and see, okay, well, what's official? So yes, I think wealth will increase, and our ability to come back together will increase. But I'm not sure who this main male is here. This false person gives me the feeling with these two cards together that this is Donald Trump. Senior. The ex, our ex. So this could be, well, let's see. Because this has to do with an enemy. This has to do with dishonesty. Somebody who is very deceptive and cheated and, lied. And somebody who's pretty jealous. So I really think this is him. I think it's Trump. And then some rules and regulations come down on him. I think this is a card of obligation. So it could be that something comes out. It could be that it takes out long for everything or for enough to come out about him. But for the rest of us, well, those of us who are self-responsible will be understanding what's been going on there. And of course, we want to see justice. This is also a card of like the need for security and stability. I think if I let go of Trump and just let it be politics, it could be that the dishonest people in politics, it comes out. And maybe we get to see like who they're married to. Who they've been married to. Like, could it be, Russia? So something's gonna come out, and it could be that we have some new rules that come into play, because we are going to have midterms in 2022. So there's that. So I think anybody that's like dishonest and lying and cheating, there's going to be rules around that. And there's especially going to be looking at where they got their money, right? I mean, they look at Donald Trump as being like the cash cow for the RNC. And so I think there's a lot that's going to be coming out. to see who was married to who. So I think this is just kind of like a side note. Based on the tarot cards, based on these cards here, we just have to hang on to this, knowing that the wheel's going to turn, and then the strength is going to come through. And then this is another side note of the way politics are going to go down, like these well, let me draw a few more cards. I think the people in politics who haven't been clean are going to continue to be exposed between next year and the year after, or this year and the year after. Yeah, these would be documents, communications, right, and court. This could even possibly be Ivanka. Yeah, I don't know who that would be, unless it would be Melania, but yeah, I don't know. We're just going to have to see. This is one of those things that makes it really hard when you're trying to just do a general reading, and it shows the necessity to focus in on one person at a time, so I'm just going to stop. And this little deck was the, where's the box? Oh, here it is. Kipper, in case anybody's interested in that. Okay, well, that's all I have for this topic. Thanks, you guys. Take care. Bye.